there you are, what took you so long. Thành cái thiền của Zen đó, nó khác thiền tông. Bên Đại Thừa là tại cái Zen nó xuất gốc từ cái thiền tông của bên Trung Hoa. Bên từ thế kỷ thứ 8 tới 9 thì mấy cái thầy Nhật Bản. Oh, by the way, I speak Chinese too because we have a Chinese kitchen staff, and we want to make sure that when they hear into our Dharma talk, our instructions, so that they're in a better mood, so that the food tastes better, lunch tastes better. That's the secret. We all know, the men know, that is, we men know that if you want food to taste good, make sure you're nice to your women. So, thầy khi qua người Nhật qua bên Trung Hoa thế kỷ thứ 8 thứ 9 học thiền thì thực ra là khi thế giới của thiền với Zen nó giống nhau là tại vì các thầy đó họ đã từng tu với nhau tới nhiều kiếp rồi. Thành khi mà mấy cái tổ sư mà người Nhật mà qua gặp tổ sư bên người Trung Hoa, tổ sư người Tàu nói là tại sao ông đã đến rồi, tại sao lâu vậy, cứ đợi ông lâu á. So the Chan master says, I've been waiting for you for so long. What took you so long? So that's how they turns out the Zen masters so used to be disciples of students of the Chan master for many lifetimes. Thành thực tế là mấy cái vị tổ sư bên thiền tông Zen là đệ tử của bên đệ tử của mấy ngài thiền sư tổ sư bên thiền của Trung Hoa đã nhiều kiếp rồi. So the Zen masters learn meditation, learn the proper techniques, and brought it back to Japan and founded Zen. And that's how Zen started. It turns out the difference between Zen and Chan is what XJ Xianjie just mentioned, is that Chan is a little bit more profound than Zen, because as you can tell, when the student learns from a master, a little bit is lost. Thì cái thiền Zen nó khi mà người học trò học với thầy thì cái lời cái điều dạy người thầy, người học trò sẽ mất một phần lĩnh hội nó. The same thing with Chan. In a Chan's world, when you have a Chan master teaching a Chan student, the Chan students can get so much of the teaching from the master. And that's it. So a little bit is lost. Every single time it's transmitted from generation to generation. Okay? Unless you go, and this is why the Chan tradition, we encourage students to learn from other masters. You see? Cái gì biết không? Mỗi lần một cái gì thầy mà truyền cho người học trò thì người học trò chỉ lĩnh hội được một phần nào đó thôi, không thể nào lĩnh hội 100% được. Thành ra cái sự hiểu biết của thiền cái ngày nữa cần mất từ đời này qua đời khác. Thành cái thiền tông bên Trung Hoa thì thực sự thiền tông Trung Hoa rồi khuyến khích đi học mấy cái thiền tri thức mấy thầy khác. So this is a Chan tradition, contrary to most other traditions, is that we actively urge our students to seek instruction from other teachers. Okay? That's the difference in Chan, because we realize that because of the conditions, we can teach you so much, you can get so much from a teacher. So hopefully, maybe you will find a high level teacher that you can learn from. That way, maybe you will surpass your original teacher, so that the Chan knowledge continues to become stronger and to improve. Okay. Contrary to what the worldly approach is, that the teacher wants to impart everything he or she knows about Chan, so that the Chan knowledge and the Chan knowledge in the human realm, in our world, increases, not decreases. Okay. All right. So the objective of Chan, then you go back there and you backtrack and you see the objective of Chan is to help you, to help improve the knowledge, to help you improve. Okay? Not about keeping you with me, with the teacher, but to help you so that you have a chance to improve and get better and better and better. Okay? That's the spirit of Chan, by the way. And that's what you should have. Okay? The same attitude. You're learning to improve. All right? That's the foundation of Chan right there. Have the proper attitude. You learn meditation in order to improve yourself. Okay? So meditation is supposed to help you continually improve yourself. Okay? Now, cái tinh thần bên mà Thiền tông là hiểu như vậy, thành ra mấy tổ sư, mấy thầy khuyến khích học trò tạo cái truyền thống là nên tìm tầm sư, tìm thầy giỏi để làm cái gì. Tại vì cái thầy giỏi đó họ sẽ gặp người thầy giỏi hơn người thầy của mình, ân sư mình đó, thì mình có thể được học hỏi nhiều hơn. Thành ra cái sự học hỏi về cái Thiền tông nó càng ngày nó càng rộng, nó càng sâu hơn. Và quý vị thấy cái tinh thần đó là tinh thần gì? Là quý vị đi học thiền để mà tìm cái sự tiến bộ. Cái người thầy dạy thiền, cái tinh thần của người thầy dạy thiền để giúp quý vị tiến bộ. You remember, you monks, you teach Chan in order, the attitude is to help people improve. You find ways, you learn ways to help your students improve. Is it clear? This is the spirit of our tradition, the one I learned from my teacher. Okay? Not to keep them here, not to keep them as your students so that you become more famous. It's about helping them get what they want. Okay? Yeah. All right? Become better at what they do. Better people. All right? That's an unrelenting effort from our part as teachers to find ways to help our students improve. All right? All right. Does anyone have any questions? Sounds good so far? Okay. So he also, Venerable Shinche also says that there's the reason he wanted, he became interested in learning about Chan is because it's practicality. That is, Chan is a better approach to help you solve your problems better. Rồi cái lý do mà thầy Hiền Giới thầy nói là thầy chuyển từ Zen qua Thiền và Chan, Thiền là tại vì thầy cảm thấy rằng cái Thiền nó giúp thầy giải quyết những cái vấn đề mà bên Zen nó không giúp giải quyết được. Okay? And that's right there is the gauge for you to see if you're improving. What is that gauge? Khi thầy nói là thầy muốn thầy chuyển qua, mà nói chuyển qua Thiền tông thay vì Zen, chuyển qua Thiền tông, thầy thấy Thiền tông giúp thầy giải quyết những vấn đề, thì cái đó là một cái cách mà để quý vị từ kiểm điểm là mình tiến bộ, không tiến bộ. Okay? You are better at solving your own problems. Your problems. Okay? Cái tiến bộ gì? Cái tiến bộ nó lộc, the improvement manifests itself daily in every week and moment of your life. Cái tiến bộ nó lộ ra bằng cách quý vị biết cách giải quyết những vấn đề của mình hữu hiệu hơn. Okay? You understand, so why is that? Because if you practice with the proper methodology, okay, you will increase the concentration. Okay. Tại nếu quý vị tu đúng phương pháp thiền thì càng ngày cái sự chú tâm quý vị nó càng sâu xa hơn. The objective of meditation, don't forget this, is to increase your concentration power. There's no two ways about it. Okay? You meditate in order to learn how to better concentrate. Vì học tập thiền để mà càng ngày càng biết chú tâm hơn. What is concentration? Yes? No? No questions? Yes, you have a question. Good morning.
I know that most answers come from the brain, but because you have experience and wisdom, I want to ask, sometimes when one is meditating, one may experience heat emanating from the hands.
The hands? Which part of the hands?
The palm of the hand.
Right here?
Yes.
Or the fingers? The fingers don't get hot, do they?
No, mostly the inside.
The inside?
Yes.
Because if your fingers get hot, that's when you're in trouble. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, yeah.
Do you know what this means?
Precisely. Because, when you practice meditation properly, these things happen. Okay? Câu hỏi là tôi ngồi thiền tự nhiên cái tay nó nóng, để thầy hỏi tay nóng chỗ nào? Nóng ở đầu ngón tay, nóng, tôi nó nóng trong cái bàn tay, trong cái lòng tay. Thì nói, cái đó là chuyện rất thông thường. Because when you practice meditation, these states is called states. Okay? Cái đó gọi là cái cảnh giới của tay nó nóng lên. Okay? That's common. The state is something that you experience during meditation you don't normally experience. Okay? That's called state. Okay? Một cái cảnh giới là cái mà quý vị mà chứng kiến được khi mà đang thiền. Okay? Okay. Now, the heat in the hands. Were you rubbing it or?
I just felt like a lot of energy or heat in the palms of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed as if the rest of my body was cold.
The rest of the body is cold, but the hand is warm.
Yes.
That's the first. Yeah. And? So you're worried about it?
Well, I'm just wondering if it has any meaning behind it or if that is uncommon.
Okay. What do you think? These people have been meditating for 15, 20 years as well. And they might know. Yes? What do you think?
I personally have not experienced that particular state, but from the way you've taught us, all sorts of states and experiences can come and go, and usually they're not too significant. It's a good sign if you're feeling some energy or some warmth.
And this is why I encourage you to encourage people to ask questions, because this is by asking questions. Through the question, you learn more about what people experience in states. That's why I started. When I first started, I understood how to meditate, but I didn't know how it has to happen to all these people when they meditate. My method. Each person is different. So it's very important to allow people to ask questions in the quest of seeking more knowledge on Chan. You understand that? And this is why at our temple we encourage people to ask a lot of questions. Sometimes you get embarrassed because you don't know how to answer the questions, but there's always the internet afterwards. Okay, and try to look things up. Okay, and sometimes you don't know, so you say, "I'm sorry, I don't know. I need to give me 10 more years. I figure it out." And it's about improving. Okay, because part of we need to improve to ourselves as teachers. Okay, so that's why when I first learned to meditate, I had a lot of problems to myself, and I asked questions, and my teachers were bothered because they didn't know how to answer my questions, or they would come up with some answers that didn't make any sense at all. So that's not good either. Okay. So how about you, Xian Chu? You're a meditator. One is more talkative, one is more quiet. So just hang on.
Con có kinh nghiệm hồi lúc con mới tập đây khoảng trên 20 năm đó, thì mỗi khi mình ngồi á, mà mình co cái lưỡi lên, cái miệng mình ngậm nhẹ, cái răng nó vừa đụng thôi, thì co cái lưỡi lên trên cái chân của cái răng hàm trên đó, khoảng chừng 5 phút sau từ từ cả thân nó nóng. Có thể cô này cũng quên cái chỗ đó cho nên cô thấy lạnh hay sao đó.
Okay. He says that he says when he learned to meditate, he would I don't know if they reminded you you're supposed to your tongue supposed to curl up a little bit and rest your tongue behind the upper part, your upper teeth, the front teeth. Okay, you can't see, but your tongue is like this naturally at rest. You curl up a little bit and touch the top of your front teeth. Supposed to do that. Do you do that? Do you teach you that? No? Okay, now you know. Okay? See, he also forgets about fundamentals. You do that, it closes the chi flow in your upper part, because if you don't do that, when the chi flows up here to the top of the upper, the chi flows up here, goes down here. Okay, what happens is that the chi flows around your body in a circle. It's called the Tiểu Chu Thiên, or something like that. I forgot. But the chi flows from the. Did you know this? I don't think they know this themselves. This is why your questions are helping him learn as well, helping them learn as well. The chi, when you pay attention, when you reach a certain level of awareness, you become aware your chi is actually. Kim Jin said, I wish I would take down these notes. Yeah, that's right. The chi actually, if you look at your body, this is your head facing this way. I'm looking at me like this. Okay, then your chi actually is flowing from the back of your spine. It goes up here and go up to the head, go down and go in circles. And this is what the Taoists do, by the way. When they become enlightened, they go, the Taoists, you know the Taoists, don't you? The Taoists are famous Chinese masters who are great in martial arts, who are great in herbs and acupuncturists and stuff like that. Those are the Taoists. It's from Chinese tradition. They learn the trait from the Shaolin, which is Buddhist anyway. But the way they practice, the Taoists practice for enlightenment, I think, at least from the books. I never learned Taoism, so I have to be fair. Okay. The way in some of the books they describe the practice is that they will retreat they go into seclusion. What they do is they practice their trait, and what they do is they circulate the chi. Okay, they manipulate the chi so that the chi flows through the system. Okay, and so the chi flows through. If you go to look at the front, it goes down here. See this? It goes down here and circles right behind me on my spine, outside. Is it clear? So this is what they do. Now, their meditation is they do that, and when they complete the chi flow, that's when I believe they become enlightened. They think they become enlightened. Okay? So far so good? No, I haven't answered your question yet, but it's okay. I usually tend to be verbose at times. It may be from my gossiping days. But you see, so the chi flow, that natural flows, okay, the Taoist is not wrong. The practice is off the kilter a little bit because they don't understand, okay? They don't quite understand the chi yet. They don't understand the the nature of enlightenment yet. Okay, but that's okay. But what they understand is good enough to be accurate enough to see that what's happening is that the chi actually flows in cycles like that through your system. When you reach a certain level, you see that. You see that actually the chi actually pushes itself through as you meditate. Okay, and for each and part of their Taoist practice, by the way, is to learn to break through as the chi flows in your system like this. It encounters blockages. For example, you get to this point, you get stuck. So they figure a way. They need to work a way to fix it, to push it through. Okay. So the way they do it is not as efficient as the way the Buddhists would do it. Okay. I'm not going to teach it now because that costs money. No, I'm kidding. Okay. But the point here is that, so the concept here for today, to simplify things, is that the chi actually flows. So if you don't curl your tongue up like this, between here and here, there's a gap. Okay? There's a gap. So it's better to connect it with the tongue. It's a better way to make the connection. Okay? So far, so good? So that's why he says, as Xian Chu says, if you curl up your tongue like this, okay, then within a while, and his whole body warms up. Not just the hands alone, but the entire body warms up. That's a natural state. Okay? So far, so good? Okay. Thầy đang giảng về cái khí nó chạy. Là cái lúc mình thiền mình cong cái lưỡi lên, cái đụng cái hàm răng ở trên đó, thì nó đóng cái khí quản lại, thành nó khí nó chuyển dễ dàng hơn. Như bên đạo giáo người ta thấy được cái đó, người ta khuyến khích được cái đó. Okay. It's amazing. We went through half an hour already, and I haven't said anything yet. So makes you wonder. I've been teaching for 8 years now, every single weekend. I don't know what I've been teaching, frankly. So anyway, you raise your hand, ma'am.
So I'm wondering, sometimes when I'm meditating, I would go into a sort of steady sleep. Now I'm not sleeping because I'm not falling down,
Mm-hmm.
but it appears as if I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Probably come back. What is that? Is that sleeping or is it good? Is it meditating?
How often does it happen?
Off and on.
Off and on. Wow. And what were you doing? Were you sitting? Were you lying down? Sitting. On a chair?
No, on the ground.
On the ground. On a cushion like that?
No, on the carpet.
On a carpet. Does it happen more often on a carpet or on a cushion like that?
But I don't really use the cushion.
You don't use a cushion. What is that then?
No, I mean I'm a little late. But I don't.
She doesn't use a cushion until she comes to my temple for the first time. This lady is something else. Okay.
You're the most I can get.
Okay. Did you get at state today?
No.
Now you know why.
Because I use cushion.
Because you use a cushion. Is it a pleasant state or a bad state? Pleasant state. How long does it last after it's gone? After you come out? It still lasts afterwards. Am I correct? It still lasts. It still feels pleasant afterwards, right? Why doesn't it ever happen to me? What do you think it is? The rest of you. We're coming to your question. Don't worry, we're getting there. See, we allow you to ask questions, but we don't have to answer it directly, right? Right away. Yes, anyone else? What is experiencing?
No, during my meditation.
Yes, meditation, yeah.
So I'm just wondering if that is normal, or if that is just drifting off, or if I'm still meditating, or if I'm sleeping and don't know it.
In your experience with Bhagavad or is it your more of a deep meditation?
I would say so. But it's just that I'm not conscious again that I'm meditating.
And James, what do you think it is? You experienced that too, haven't you?
I mean, I believe I have before. I just felt like when you kind of lose, you feel like kind of like a trance state.
I would say so.
I guess for me, I would say that it's just another.
Okay, and let James think about it and give him a half hour or so. He has a hard time verbalizing things.
Yeah, sorry, my words are kind of.
And he goes into a trance before he can figure it out.
But for me, I just find it as another state, I guess you could say, that you deeper form of meditation.
Okay. Anyone else has any comment about that? Yes, Sarah?
I think it might be a situation that your body is trying to recover from lack of energy. Maybe if your body is tired, so you're going into that state. It happens to me many times.
Thì cái đó gì? What do you think? Huh? Okay. What do you think it is? You don't allow people to ask questions either? What is it?
I mean, it sounds like if she's not, falling over, she's still sitting upright, and especially if she's feeling a pleasant sensation that continues afterwards, like it's still some sort of a meditative state other than sleep.
Okay. Let me keep you in suspense for a moment. Let me answer this lady's question directly, because she asked the question before. Okay. Before you did. The reason that your palm, your hands are warm, okay, the fingers are also not cold anymore, correct? When that happens, when the center of the palm is warm, then the fingers are no longer cold. Am I correct? Okay. That means that for some reason you're concentrating on here instead of somewhere else. That's why it heats up. Okay. If you bring the concentration back to your navel, then your navel will heat up first, and the heat will spread throughout the system. Okay. And then it goes down to the center of your palm again. So you won't lose that. Okay, it's normal. Okay. What happens is this. If you want to heat up anywhere, any part of your body, and you can try that yourself, all you have to do is to focus strongly in one part of the body. That's all you have to do. Does it help? Okay, so in the future, when you meditate, first of all, concentrate in the navel, like the way we teach you here. Concentrate in your navel. That's your center, where all the heat is called the Qi ocean, meaning it's a reservoir. All the Qi in your body is also a reservoir. All the heat in your body. Your body, you can be cold, your fingers, and your toes, your feet, your hands. But your tummy cannot be cold. If it gets cold, you die. Okay? Your heat has to be down here. It's the center of the heat. So when we teach you to focus on your navel, actually you are generating heat in your body. You realize that? Pay attention to that. When you meditate, and we ask you to focus on your navel, actually you're generating heat in the center of your body, in your center of gravity. Okay? And we all go back to fundamentals. You need to generate heat for yourself. Hang on, don't have too many questions.
I'm going to comment on that.
Yes.
When you say that when you were meditating and concentrating on
The navel.
the chi, the navel,
Yes.
then the organs start to react. They warm up and start to behave badly, like move around and do stuff.
No. It's very simple. It's very simple. You don't interpret more than it's meant to be. All I'm saying is that if you concentrate on any part, anywhere in your body, that's where the heat is generated. It's that simple. That's the model. If you focus here, then the heat will be here. You focus here, the heat will be here. You focus here, the heat will be here. Now first here, you focus in the navel, the heat will be generated there. Now, if you do that, you focus here, it's the best place to focus. Why? Because that's where the heat is stored. If you generate heat here, okay, or here, or the tip of your tongue, okay, then heat is here. But you get dissipated a lot quicker, okay? That's all you're doing. You're wasting time. Where you concentrate here, the heat will generate here and will travel throughout your body naturally. Okay? Is it clear? So you can try this yourself. And many of you have been meditating. Okay? When you have a cold, for example, the cold usually, or the flu, usually they come in here or here. They get you at your throat. This is why you put on a scarf. You protect your throat when it's cold. You protect your throat because that's where they get in. Okay, there's a common entry point to come into your system. It's through this here, through here. Okay, so it's a good thing when you get the temperature gets cold to protect your throat. Okay, you protect it by either wearing this or wearing warm down here, because when it's warm down here, guess what? The heat goes up here. You see that? You're still protecting your throat indirectly by generating heat down here. Am I making sense to you? It's all very consistent. It's about heat generation. Okay. Now, if you get a cold, you realize that they're coming through here, through your throat, and this is the entry point in your system, and the build is right here. Okay. As soon as you're aware of that, because they have to enter, like illness. Normally, when you're healthy, when you're well, you're okay. When you have a cold or flu, this is where it comes in. Okay? And it gets cold. Okay? That's what you feel right here. So the meditators, the trance students, when they have some skills and realize they're cold, what do? They concentrate either strongly on the navel, because they meditate. Okay? The people who are cold, the Chan students in the Chan monasteries back then, there's no doctors, there's no NyQuil, okay? There's no medicine. So what do? Okay? There's no herbal doctors, there's no medicine whatsoever. So they taught to meditate. So the trick to dealing with cold is that when you feel you're cold, you meditate. You meditate because you're generating heat. The heat generation will attack this cold area, will neutralize it. You understand that? Okay? Now, you can do it directly. For example, you feel cold coming on and you don't have time to meditate. Okay? Let's say you are with your sweetheart. Anyone ever happened to anyone before? Yeah? You're with her on that open carriage in New York, okay, around Central Park, New York, that romantic thing saying about New York, and she's having such a good time with you. He's having such a good time with you, and guess what? The wind blows it right into your throat. Okay, you can't say, honey, excuse me, I need to go meditate. Okay, it's not practical. You're missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Okay, so what do? What you do is you can do a shortcut. You take a shortcut. You concentrate right here, where it hurts. Because you're generating heat right here. To heal yourself, because healing it will slow down their forces. As soon as they come in, what they do is they build forts around it. They keep on building and building and building. The longer they wait, the harder it is for you to kick them out, to neutralize them. Imagine, it's like commando coming in here first. You only have to deal with 6 or 7 of them immediately. If you have to wait, they call in, the paratroopers. They call in the army, and they call in the navy. All those things. The more they come in here, they keep on building and building. The harder it is, the longer it takes to evict them. So a quick countermeasure is focus very hard. But you still sweet the hurt, but you still think about here. You see that? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anh thầy mới giảng là cái bàn tay nóng là tại cái gì chỉ cần tập cái chú tâm vào bàn tay, cái lòng bàn tay tự động nó sẽ nóng. Tại lúc cô thiền, tự nhiên cô vọng tưởng cái lòng bàn tay nhiều, thành nó tự động hơi nóng, bàn tay nó hơi nhiều. Bởi vì chúng ta lúc luyện thiền là dạy cái vị là chú tâm vào cái đan điền. Tại đan điền là cái nơi cái khí hải là cái nơi nó tụ của cái khí và của cái hơi nóng luôn nè. Ok, tại nó hữu hiệu. Cô dùng công hơi trật một tí, tại nó ra cái cảnh giới như vậy. Okay, any questions about this, about the heat generation? It's the same. It's another application. Okay, and even in the same similar romantic setting. Now you took him out to let's not be too sexist. You took him out to a steakhouse, and then afterward he says, "Honey, I'd love so much for you to go to the pier." Okay, and guess what? You're dressed for the evening for dancing, for the nightclub. You expect him to invite you to the nightclub, not ask you to go to the pier. So you hardly dress for the pier. The pier, very windy, right? Very cold, very romantic. That's when but it's not cool when you hold him. I don't want to sound too sexist. I've been accused of that before, so it's nothing new. You hold him and you're shaking like crazy. It's not cool, right? A little bit of shaking is good, but not too much. Okay, no one wants to hold on to a jackhammer. Okay. So the point is the same. So you feel out there with the wind and a low temperature, and being in the open, it's very windy, and the wind chill makes it worse for you. Okay. So what do? You call. Same application. Focus strongly, hold him tight, and focus strongly in your navel. That's when you generate heat, and to counter the cold outside. Don't think about the cold anymore. Just focus on your navel, and you naturally are no longer cold. It works because I tried it when I first learned meditation. I tried that. It really worked. I went to the pier, so for the heck of it, not with her, but with another friend, and the other guy is Taoist. He walked out there. He came prepared. He has a jacket already. So I had no jacket. And so he had a jacket, and he would open his jacket, and then he would walk down to the pier. And I said, so it's a challenge. He said, do you dare follow me? You Buddhists, can you follow us Taoists? Without a jacket. So I went, and so I followed him without a jacket by focusing on my navel. Okay? If you allow yourself to say, oh, it's cold, that's it. You naturally feel cold. If you ignore it, you concentrate in your navel, it will warm up. And guess what? You also warm him up. Oh, it'll be a lot more romantic too. Anyway, does it help? Okay, it's very practical. These are fundamental knowledge. Okay. Now, going back to her question, why is that she keeps on, when she's not sitting on a cushion, that she keeps on going to the state where it's not sure it's sleep, not sure whatever, it feels pleasant. It's called samadhi. The good teachers, you can tell right away. When I look at her, I can tell she's experienced first what is called first dhyana. Okay? As a state of first dhyana. He also experienced that too, James. That's why when he talked to you, he became interested because that's something he also experienced. And he is not, just like you, is not sure of whatever it is. Okay, but he can recognize by the way you talk that it's a familiar state, and that this lady experienced as well, and this lady experienced before, or that he experienced before, and they experienced before as well. Okay, but we didn't tell them because they didn't pay. So it's called first dhyana. It's called a samadhi, meaning you enter a state of like half sleep. You're not sleeping, you're aware, you're awake, you're alert, okay? You're not sure what you're aware of. It's not the normal state you are. That's called samadhi. Okay? It's quite common. That's very good, by the way. It's very good. Yeah. And usually, I made fun of the cushion. Usually it happens. Okay? Not because does it happen when you're comfortable. It will not happen. That's why the cushion doesn't help. This is why you folks, when you meditate, you go to a meditation hall, place of meditation, and you see that people still encourage you to sit on a cushion, that place does not understand Chan yet. Okay? You meditate, throw it out, don't worry about the cold underneath. It should be enough. You focus on your navel, your system is fine, you're protected. You don't need to worry about the cold. That carpet here is good enough. It will not cause problems for you. Okay? But it's a good thing to be safe. Okay? To be cautious. But when you meditate, you focus on your navel, okay? Then there's no need for that cushion. Does it help? Okay. I see we may not know everything, but whatever we know, we give you the answer directly. You don't beat around the bush. Yes, sir. You have a question?
Yes, I've been taking some Tai Chi lately,
Mm-hmm.
and the teacher was saying exactly the same thing about the cycling of the energy through in the circle going up the spine,
Yes.
over the head,
Yes.
and touching the sun up to the
Right.
top of the mouth.
Right.
Does doing
Tai Chi is Taoist. You realize it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So do they go together?
They go together.
The meditation and the Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is a form of meditation through motion, through movement. Okay, with Tai Chi, the most advanced Tai Chi masters, they all meditate because that's how they can get better. with Tai Chi. All the martial artists, by the way, when you reach a certain level, they all need to meditate. They're all taught that they need to meditate. Because only through meditation, okay, the two things happen to them. There are a lot of good things, but they understand, I believe, two things only. I'm not them, so I'm only making conjectures, okay? But number one is that their reflexes are faster. They're a lot faster, because in martial arts you need to be very fast. Okay, you need to be faster than your opponent. The objective, if you are faster than your opponent, you will prevail. Okay, so they're looking for speed. Okay, meditation enables them to be faster naturally. I will not explain to you why, because there are some Buddhist secrets we don't tell you, because then the Taoists will find out about that, and they think, oh, I know that. Baloney, they don't know that, trust me. When you become a teacher, that's when you naturally understand that. Okay, anyway, so you're faster. Okay, meditation makes your reflexes faster is a very important fundamental reason behind it. It is very profound. It was beyond the scope of this class. I'm not even teaching my students yet until they reach a much higher level. Okay, it naturally happens when you meditate. Meditation makes you faster, naturally. Okay, and number two, well, they also understand their trait a lot better. They understand why you have to go slow in Tai Chi. Okay, why in martial arts, in order to be more powerful and breaking things, you need to do certain things. Those are the secrets they have. And when they meditate, those principles become clear to them. That's why they're seeking two things. Number one, speed, because it's necessary for their survival. Okay? When you do martial arts, people will come and challenge you. If you're slower, you will lose. And you might get hurt. So survival. Number two, it's knowledge about how to improve their trade, their skills. Okay? You see, that's all contained within Chan. Chan is very fast. Chan is faster. It's extremely fast. Okay? Even faster than ghosts. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's beyond the scope of this class. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Does anyone else has any other questions? If not, we can go to lunch, and that's a hint. Don't ask any no questions when it's 11 o'clock, okay? Otherwise, we'll be here forever. Okay, can we stop here and go to lunch? Okay, thank you.